Her only crime was falling in love. She met him, and for a moment, everything felt right. He said the things she needed to hear, and she believed him. To her, it was love, but to him, she was just another option. She got pregnant, and everything changed. The man who once held her now tore her apart. He exposed her, he humiliated her. Her family turned their backs on her. Her friends disappeared one by one. Same people who once loved her now judged her. She was all alone in a dark place. No one could see her cry. But everything inside her refused to die. She chose to stand. She chose to fight. Not for them, but for herself. The pointed fingers, they called her names. They said no one would want her. No one would stay. They made it look like love is a crime. She smiled in the daylight. But at night, she's still fighting. Strong on the outside, but sometimes still breaking within. Not because she failed, but because she survived. She refused to stay down. They said no one would love her, but she learned to love herself. Her story didn't end in this shame. This is just the beginning, and it began with strength. She cried when no one could see her. There was a time in her life when night was so longer than the day. Not because of the time, but because of the pain. She cried night after night in her pillow. Every morning she dries it because no one could ever know. It appeared not from the word, but from herself. She became quiet, a shadow. One day she asked herself, who am I? And that's where the beginning of everything falling apart. She asked God for help, and someone came. She was drowning in silence, holding on to anything just to stay afloat. And then he appeared, not to rescue her, but to steady her, to keep her from sinking further. For the first time, she wasn't completely alone, and she held on to that. Sometimes even small help can feel like hope. Just when she needed him the most, he vanished. No goodbye, no explanation. Like he was never there. And that disappointment broke something in her. She survived the pain. But life wasn't done with her yet. Another season came. This time, survival. She needed money, she needed a chance. But everywhere she turned, door closed. Right, left, front, back. No one wanted to help. Because now she was a single mother. Suddenly, people saw her differently. Not as strong, not as human, but as a burden. Rejection after rejection. Until there was nowhere to go. So she did the one thing she never thought she could do. She went back home. Not because she wanted to, but because she had to. The world has shut its doors. So she returned to the only place left. And slowly, her family began to accept her. Not perfectly, not instantly, but little by little. Still, the night didn't stop. She cried into same pillow, night after night, crying everything alone. But here's the truth. She's still here. She didn't disappear, she didn't drown. Even as a shadow, she survived. And maybe this is not the end, but the beginning to finding herself again. Would she really find love? Subscribe to find out. A wiser woman, a softer woman, a fearless woman. And despite everything, she still chooses love. She still believes that someday someone would see her, someone that wouldn't shame her scars, but admire the strength it took to come out of it. Someone who would love her loudly, gently, intentionally. Until that day comes, she keeps going for herself, for her healing, for her son. With hope in her chest, strength in her spirit, and courage in her soul. Would she really find love? Subscribe to find out. This is Loud Whisper with Gloria.